Hello and welcome back to Crypto Saving Expert, the show where we discuss the latest cryptocurrency news so that you stay up to date in the world of Web3. Today, I'm very kindly joined by the legend that is BlockPro. Thanks for joining us today. How was your weekend? Have you been busy with the charts?
Mate, it's the bull run, so work doesn't stop. We sleep probably next year again. So it's been busy, but been doing great. Like the price action is insane. So
It's good
I'm loving
fun.
it pretty much. It's good fun.
Glad to hear, man. It's we can hibernate during the bear like a bear. So right now, got to stay awake. And guys, make sure to slap a like on this video and subscribe. We're going to be going through some TA today. We're going to be talking all about stop losses. You may hate them, you may love them. Sometimes they save your bacon. And right now, stop losses are super important. BlockPro, what made you come up with the topic today? Why are stop losses so important?
Mate, so I do a lot of trading coaching.
Yeah.
Actually, a lot of trading coaching and involved in trading communities. And what I see is that people are going like, "It's the bull run. Let's blow up my account." And
Yeah.
I think that there's needs to be a bit of a basic understanding of how actually a stop loss works, and that getting stopped out is actually better than blowing up your account, because actually as a trader, blowing up accounts, it's not something that just comes with the job. It should happens once or twice in your entire trading career, and after that you just get stopped out. And getting stopped out sucks, but it is better than losing your hard-earned money. So that is why I've chosen it for today.
Awesome, man. Before we get into the markets, guys, before we have a look at the prices of the coins and tokens, let's go through the chat and have a little shout out. We've got Steve. Good to see you, Steve. Hope you're doing well. We've got Gannicus as well. Gannicus is saying, "Oh, BlockPro." He's also saying, "Love to see two legends live. Love to see you joining the chat, Gannicus. Good to see you." We've got Christian as well. Let's go. And he's also given a shout out to the CSE fam. Guys, if you're not already a part of the CSE fam, check out the link in the description below if you want to join CSE Plus. Be in the Discord. If you get premium, you will have one-to-one tuition from BlockPro and myself and David, guys. So lots going on in CSE Plus. But let's head over to the market. We've got Bitcoin teetering on 90,000. Ethereum also teetering just above $3,000 here. Solana's still doing well. We almost hit 250 today. You can see there, 7-day looking good with 10%. The one I want to point out, though, BlockPro, XRP. What's been going on there? What's happened? Who's pumping XRP?
It performed well for a week.
Yeah.
Well, I hope the guys that are in XRP actually realize to take some profits, and after taking the profits, set a stop loss, because the thing will come down at some point. I've seen crazy price predictions about XRP, and if you actually do the calculations with the market cap and say it goes towards $10, like, never is going to happen with it. And if it does happen, then I will say I'm wrong, but
yeah,
I will short it from that price. So, but it is an insane run.
Have you been taking any positions on it from here, or is it still a little bit too unpredictable here? Because you can see on the day chart, it's just this absolute huge green dildo to the upside of heights that were only achieved back in 2021. It's remarkable to see. Didn't expect it.
I do have it on my watch list. I only have, like, to be honest, I have alarms on it, but they only trigger at certain sell and short prices. I never will take a long on XRP ever.
I don't blame you, mate.
But it is still the OG coin. Like, so many people actually like it, but it is also around for a very long time. So what I've noticed is pretty much the older generation in the crypto industry uses it a lot, and they see it as a solid investment. So why not?
I think there's a bit of a narrative around coins that are popular in North America right now. You can see Cardano also performing well, 22% up for the 7 days as well. We go a bit further down. Shiba actually down 10%, while Doge is doing really well. I expect Shiba to kind of drop out a little bit. Definitely expect Bonk to overtake Shiba at some point.
Yes.
We've got Blanche doing well. Ton, well, not doing well on the 24, but okay in the 7 days here. Toncoin as well. I see lots and lots of news about Toncoin at the event recently. A lot of people building on Toncoin. Is Ton one that you've traded in the past, BlockPro? For me, it's not one I actually pay much attention to, but I do hold.
No. The thing is, like, I think almost a year ago, I had a discussion with someone to buy actually some ton, and I pretty much didn't do it. And now it's already like the train has left the station pretty much. So I'm not interested in it from an investor's perspective. But maybe I will trade it someday. I don't have it on my trading list so far, but maybe in the future.
Yeah, it's one of those, I think, where the opportunities will come with Ton is what's being built on Ton, and perhaps the tokens that will launch on Ton. Like you say, perhaps the boat has been missed for the big gains with Ton itself. But I think the blockchain as a whole and what can be built on there, I'm super interested about. So we'll see how that goes. But without further ado, let's head over to your screen and
Sure.
we'll go through Bitcoin. And we'll talk stop losses and why they are so important and how they can save your bacon, guys.
Yeah, sure. Well, I would say let's first start with a bit of TA, pretty much. Let's keep it simple. Well, what we can see from the start, if I have my mouse back, it's right here, is right now we have made a full backtest towards the highs. So with Bitcoin today, what do I expect? What are the potential positions to actually take? Well, the backtest is here. It's probably somewhere a bit lower. I think it is already fulfilled. So this range right here. We also have this at the lower side is still open. So that means this is your current trading range. Does that mean you need to short right now? Nah, I don't like shorting things in bull runs. So I think if we actually zoom out a little bit, yeah, there's also something hidden below. So let's go over here. And we're talking about, what is it? 89,200 is still open. I want to actually check if there's still something to test towards the upside. Well, there actually is. But then we're going back towards all-time highs, then back to price discovery. Then it means we probably will move fast. So would actually be cool to see it breaking out right now. So please do. That would be epic. But what I can see is still there is a lot of area for back tests. So that means when the price actually reverses, is that we probably will land down around that 82 range. I think that's a decent probability. If I actually would zoom out even further towards a 4-hour time frame, so here, well, what can we actually see is we have this range right here. So then you talk about it 82, 81. It's not 100% exact, guys. So keep that in mind. We also have that 76 range is still open, and pretty much then the start of the impulse. So that is 68. So from here, what can we expect? Probably it will break out. Price is up. Trend is your friend till the end. So don't short an uptrend.
And BlockPro, with these levels that you jotted out there, even in a great scenario, this cycle, we break through there, like you say, we go up to 100K, perhaps even beyond. Do you think these levels, perhaps in the next bear, are some of the targets that you would be targeting, even if we have a great cycle now? That 80, and then I think it was down at 75 roughly, and then down at 60 roughly. Those are some targets you'll be identifying for, in the bear, even if we have a great run this cycle.
Yeah. So what I basically do, because I'm not long on Bitcoin, believe it or not, like I said in a previous live stream, as soon as something hits price discovery, I'm not that interested in it anymore. I will look for options somewhere else. But I do keep charting it, and that means every time we make a big run towards the highs, is that I keep setting the backtest pretty much. And the reason for that is what goes up must come down. And that also means that when the bear market kicks in, and pretty much we can see that if we go towards, I don't know if this chart supports that. Yes, it does. We can actually see the same as what happened in 2021. As soon as the price starts to move back, then you need to have all those levels in place to take profit, pretty much. So I'm preparing already for a total collapse of Bitcoin. Well, we still need to be bullish. So I'm planning now pretty much almost a year in advance to make sure that my technical analysis is on point and that I'm ready with the big red button. But like I said, like this is just played out. Like, yeah, you can trade it. Of course, there are opportunities. Where I think the focus should be, and I said this also in the last stream, we actually did levels on it, that the focus should be on Ethereum. So if I look now currently at Ethereum, well, you can see I have not changed the levels, by the way. They're still
last week.
On the same point. So you can actually see how well respected the level system actually is. So what can I see here for local backtest ranges? Well, if I look at today, then of course you can clearly see this has already been played out. So that's at 3,140 level. Well, then we have towards the lower side, we have a nice range. So I would say pretty much here, 3,096 is something to test, and below there, of course, so around the level about 3,075. If I would look towards the upside, well, we clearly need to gain this level right here. We'll set it on the screen. So this is the price of 3,143 that we actually need to gain to break out. If that is not happening, price will come down again. If we go towards the hour, well, we had that beautiful run up towards the upside. And what I can also see is as soon as we gain this level right here above that 3,140, well, we can pretty much target around 3,190. After that, we have a backtest open at 3,300. And after that, we're going for 3,425. Still, we are looking for same market structure pretty much. So this is still what we're looking for. If I go towards a weekly, that is why I say try to focus on Ethereum and not as much on Bitcoin, is that we can see we are not at an all-time high yet. So the risk versus reward is right here. So that's pretty much the view on Ethereum. And I also wanted to touch on Solana because
brilliant.
You are the Solana maxi.
Brings a smile to my face. A smug one at that.
A smug one. So $260. That is where you will be a very happy man, probably. Then we also have fulfilled the entire backtest on the weekly. And if we actually gain above that all-time high, then things will get absolutely silly. The thing is, when I actually zoom in, well, what can I see? Because, like we say, it's all fun and games that the price is up, but we also have potential towards the downside. And this part right here is actually a bit concerning. So that means if we would land around 240 to actually take out the liquidity on the lower side to push back up, that wouldn't be a weird thing. But pretty much forming compression, so this probably will run up to 260 in a very short time.
Okay, and what would be the probability, if it were to drop to those levels that you've jotted out there, the kind of 210 level, would it be a sharp decline in your experience, or would it perhaps cascade slowly down?
No, this will be what I always say to my students: expect the famous "fuck you" wick. The wick actually is just It's just a candle that
Mhm.
tries to get everyone out of the market. So then
Yeah.
it means a fast move and back to the upside.
Okay.
It's just a pure liquidity grab.
Yeah.
So um, for me, for example, like a lot of people are super bullish on the entire market. And what do I see? I see that, of course, market is up, beautiful, everyone is happy, but we didn't have the flush.
No.
We still haven't seen the flush for pretty much a couple of weeks now. And that also means that the liquidity that is stacking up will be getting more and more and more. You also need to think like every time you see such a giant gap where price hasn't been retested to the lows, it is open. That means that for Solana in this example, is that everything that is open is pretty much in this range. So
Yeah.
that is pretty much stage number one because we expect a support level. So talking about $214 to $229.
Mhm.
There are so many long positions opened in that range, and when price comes down, they pretty much 9 out of 10 will get liquidated,
Yeah.
unless you use a stop loss. So
Exactly.
the stop loss, well, it's a funny thing because I consider this as liquidity. That means we're talking about a fair value gap or order blocks. Well, I just threw that all out of the window and say, this is all liquidity. It falls under one part. I don't care that there are long position orders in it or short position orders. It's open liquidity. Well, one of the things that I always say to my students is use a stop loss always. And the fun thing is, I will make it as a horizontal line. I will make it red so we know it's a stop loss line. Well, rule number one when it comes to trading, always trade with a stop loss. There are actually a couple of, how do you say it? Like wrong ideas about the stop loss. So, for
Okay.
example, the story of some people say, yeah, but if I use a stop loss, then I'm getting stop loss hunted.
Yeah.
Well, do you get
It
stop
can
loss
feel like
hunted?
that sometimes. It can feel like that.
It can feel like that, but then you need to ask yourself: are you getting actually stop loss hunted, or
Mhm.
is your stop loss in the liquidity zone?
Exactly. Yeah.
And that is where I always will try to make a difference with my students and tell them: so we have liquidity over here, and that means your stop loss should be out of that liquidity zone. If your stop loss is inside the liquidity zone, your trade is shit. It's as simple as that. I
Yeah.
cannot make it more clear.
Mhm.
So the thing like getting stop loss hunted might exist if you are actually trading with millions. I'm not talking trading
Yeah.
with 2 or 3 million. I'm talking about trading with 100 million.
Mhm.
Then you will be a goal or a target in the order book. Before that, probably not. Don't worry about it, especially not like as retail. Like you're not rich enough. Um, I think that the stop loss for a lot of people, they see it as a point where they say, yeah, but if I use it, I get stopped out
Mhm.
time and time and time again. Well, that means that you just need to get better in trading, pretty
Yep.
much.
Yep.
Because what I see often is if we talk, for example, about cross trading. So with cross trading, your margin in your account is the risk that you have in your trade.
Yep.
So that's also where a point of for example, for how do you say it, for contract size comes in. That means that let me make a setup real quick. One position. Bum. Let me go towards some bit towards the upside that we have a nice place to draw in some setups. So I can make it nice and exaggerated
Yep.
like this. That is clear on the screen. It should be clear on the screen. I
Yeah.
cannot
Brilliant.
see if I'm okay. So the thing is, once we have a setup, and like I always say, I trade with a 1 in 3 setup, and that setup has a stop loss. Well, sometimes you have a case where you actually have an entry, and you're very glad with the entry. You're happy, price goes toward in your direction, and after a while, So let me draw some price action. It hits your entry, price goes up, price goes up, price goes up, price goes up, and it reverses on you.
Yeah.
What I often see with people that are trading based on margin accounts is that they just keep adding more and more buy orders the more the price goes down.
Yeah.
Well, that also means that, of course, your entry goes lower and lower and lower. But the fun thing is then, let's make it red, is that your liquidation gets slowly closer towards
Yeah.
your entry. That sometimes results in that a ticker only makes like a 1% move and your account is gone.
Yeah.
It's just stupid. Because what do you get once people actually blow up accounts? And for that, usually when you see a big push to the upside or a big push towards the downside, is that the market is over leveraged.
Yeah.
So too many people are trading with too many leverage without a stop loss. Their account gets blown up and the liquidity is gone out of that zone. That is when you get the famous fuck you wick, the get out of your position wick. You will pretty much not survive it and blow up your account. So that is where I say it is always better to have a stop loss in place. And let's say it's always easy to talk about the trade after this has already happened. So let's say we're targeting a 1 in 3 setup. So something like this. And because I always target 1 in 3, most of my students target 1 in 3. This gives them the opportunity to actually make the trade and the stop loss room just bigger, like this. And then you might say, yeah, but then I don't earn as much as the smaller setup. But both setups, you lose the same and you will earn the same. And both setups revolve around being patient. And getting stopped out is pretty much part of the game. And even if you are a high risk trader, so you're going to say like, mate, it's the bull run, I want to be a millionaire at the end of the month. Well, that's fine. Like, go in with your $10,000 and your 100x leverage and blow up your account. It's fine with me. I'm glad to pick up your liquidation zone as an entry. But just keep in mind that once you actually go in with an account that is on cross margin, is that you are risking your entire account to actually make the position. Often you see a liquidation level set in your account. It would already be better to place a stop loss just above that liquidation zone, that still you lose a shit ton of money from your account, like probably about 90%, but you still save a little bit. And the best thing, of course, is to calculate your position from the start and just getting stopped out. So I don't know how this is for you, Russ, but do you trade with a stop loss or?
I think, recently I've been trading live on stream, been doing those 20Xs, no TA. And yes, without the stop loss, sometimes I don't place it right away. And, I don't do the most, the TA to where to place my stop loss. But it is important because otherwise you do, absolutely you can blow accounts. You can place a trade, fall asleep, and you absolutely get screwed over. Yes, if you are misplacing your stop loss, you can feel like you are getting stop loss hunted. And that's, if you are feeling that way, and I felt that way a lot of the times, like you say, it's not the stop loss hunting, it's where you're placing it and you're misplacing it. And you really do, the stop loss is more important than your take profit. So you need to put some, focus on that. And it's about patience, like you mentioned. People want to get rich quick. However, with this strategy, the 3-on-1, like you mentioned, you can play this in any market, a bear market, a bull market. The markets aren't going anywhere, guys. So have patience, learn how to trade with strategy, day by day, 1% a day, and you're swimming, you're sorted. I think too many people, do want that quick money, and it is fun putting those 20Xs on. And I think sometimes, that's how I personally treat trading as well. It's a bit of fun. Is it a quick 20x that spin the wheel? And if you're really wanting to improve your trading and turn a living with it and become consistent, it's important to have this patience and strategy.
Yeah, I think so too. Like I always like to make a bit of an like when it comes to actual structural trading, it is difficult to stick with discipline and calculating contracts and doing your checklist before you make a position. That's just practice.
Yeah.
I always think like if you want to gamble, then just go to a casino because the likelihood of you actually winning in a casino is higher than actually winning in crypto. If you are not allowed to go to the casino, then go to DEX screener, search from some obscure meme coins, and try to gamble there.
Yeah.
When it comes to actually treating the market in the correct way and also respecting your own account size, and like for some reason, it's like some people have an account size of $1,000, and you can turn that into 10K over in less than a year. But for that, you need to first start with being a risk manager and never blow up your account. Blowing up accounts in trading are not two things that go hand in hand, but I'm happy to scoop up your liquidity. What I also wanted to touch on is pretty much what is important to watch at the moment. Well, I say constantly liquidity if it loads up. Pretty much take a look at the heat map. Well, if you are having difficulties with actually finding liquidity inside a chart itself, because the only thing that already gives liquidity away is just the candlestick chart that already gives you away where the liquidity is. But if you have difficulties with that, well, use something like CoinGlass to actually look at where the liquidations are. Well, you can actually see on the top side, if it wants to load up. Yes, it wants to load up. Is the amount of liquidations towards the upside. So if we compare that with the downside, we're talking here like 212 million. Well, those are the positions that will get stop loss hunted in a while or in a bit. For some reason, my computer is very slow at the moment. Might be overheating again.
Too many trades.
Too many tabs open. So I would say if you're having trouble with finding liquidity, go to coinglass.com and open the liquidity heat map to actually see where the liquidity is gone.
Awesome.
Yeah, I think my computer is frozen. And
no worries. We'll wrap up for today anyway. We will be back next Monday, guys. Me and BlockPro will go through. We haven't discussed actually what we go through next week. But we will announce that, guys. We will put together some bits and bobs. If there's any questions you have regarding stop losses or anything from today's stream, make sure to get in the Discord, tag me or BlockPro in it, and we will go through those with you guys as well. And if you're not already a part of the Discord, guys, go to cscplus.com/ cryptosavingexpert.com/cscplus and join there, guys. Although we do have some discounts coming for Black Friday, guys, so maybe stay put. We will be doing more streams this week. Myself, Dave will also be streaming every day on Stonksy, so make sure to go over and subscribe to Stonksy if you are not already. But BlockPro, thank you so much for coming on today and sharing your wisdom. It's always good fun having you on the stream, and I hope everyone listening had a good time and can learn a lot as well, guys. So thanks. Brilliant. Let's go. Take care, guys.